مجمع الأندلس التعليمي، تعلم عصري ملهم بهوية وطنية وقيم إسلامية.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته جميعا. طلبة مدارس الأندلس، نأمل أن يكون الجميع بخير، ونذكر من باب وذكر فإن الذكرى تنفع المؤمنين. نذكر وننقل عددا من النصائح سواء من منظمة الصحة العالمية أو من وزارة الصحة القطرية، أهمها المحافظة على النظافة ولزوم البيت. ببساطة خليك في بيتك. And now back to our English curriculum and a new grammar lesson about tag questions or question tags. But what is it? Before that أريد أسألك، أكيد أنت جالس في البيت ولا طلعت وحليت امتحاناتك ولا نسيت ولا طلعت. That may help you to understand what is a question tag. Let's have a look on our lesson. Ready? So, question tags or tag questions are statement sentences with short questions at the end with a question mark. Question tag is not a true question. It is not a question that seeks an information. It is used at the end of a statement sentence to get the confirmation from the listener, or just to express one's doubt, or to guide the listener towards a particular direction. A question sentence, on the contrary, is used to get the answer, to ask for an information. Let's consider the following sentences. The first one, it's a positive sentence, a positive, informative, affirmative sentence. You are my student. The second is the opposite. It is a negative sentence. You are not or you aren't my student. An ordinary question that seeks an information is, are you my student? Here the teacher is not sure that the student is one of his students. But let's concentrate on the following example. You're my student, aren't you? This is a tag question, and here the speaker, the teacher, is practically certain that the listener is his student, but he just wants him to confirm and to affirm that, or maybe to remind him of that fact. Let's have a look on other examples. Whose books are these? Here it is a true and ordinary question where the speaker doesn't know the owner or the owners of the book. The second, these are your books, aren't they? This is a positive tag question. The next is, these aren't your books, are they? This is a negative question. In the first one, the speaker is practically certain that the books are the listener's books. So this is why he started with, these are your books, and to confirm and to get a confirmation from the listener, he said, aren't they? And this is the tag question. In the third example, these aren't your books. The listener is again practically sure that the books don't belong to the listener, and he finished with are they, which is a tag question. Any remarks, any notes, any observations? I think at this level we have to ask a real question: how to make a tag question. There are 5 simple points we should follow when we use a tag question. The first one is that we need a comma between the main sentence and the tag part. An example: this is your book. We need a comma to be put after this statement and before the tag question. Isn't it? Point 2. Even if the subject of the main sentence is a noun, a proper noun or a common noun, the subject of the tag part is always a corresponding personal pronoun. Means I, we, you, they, he, she, it, etc. The example will clarify the point. Mary isn't your sister. We didn't say is Mary, but we replaced Mary with she. Mary isn't your sister. If we want to start the sentence with a personal pronoun to replace Mary, it will be she. And that's why we used she here. John has gone home, hasn't he? Why? Because John, which is a proper noun, of course this is a male, he's a boy, and it is only one person, singular, so it should be replaced by he, and the answer will be, or the question tag will be, hasn't he? Let's focus on the following example. Ted and Jerry got their books. Didn't what? Ted and Jerry, these are 2 male persons, 2 boys. So if we want to replace them by a pronoun, it will be they. And the tag question will be didn't they? The third point, the verb in the tag part depends on the verb in the main sentence, especially as far as the tense or the verb form is concerned. If the verb in the main sentence is in a present tense, let's say the present simple or the present progressive, the verb in the tag part will be also in the same present tense. If the verb in the main sentence is in a past tense, let's say the past simple, the past perfect, the verb in the tag part will be in the same tense, and so on and so forth. If the verb in the main sentence is positive, and please pay attention here, the verb in the tag part will be negative. Before we continue, I will provide you with the source to use to get this lesson. Here is the link of the lesson, and here is the site www.slideshare.net, and just search for tag questions. Back to our lesson and to the next point. Let's take this example. She is your sister. We want to know which verb to use before the pronoun she. So is, which is the main verb of the sentence, is in the simple present, the verb to be. So we said that when it is positive, we need its negative form, which is isn't, and the sentence will be, she is your sister, isn't she? Another example, Brad hasn't done his homework. We want which verb form to use before the pronoun found in the question tag. Hasn't done, it's the negative form of the verb do in the present perfect. So we need the positive counterpart, which is has. Brad hasn't done his work. Has he? Another example, Kate goes to school. Goes, this is the simple present of the verb go, and it is positive, it is affirmative. So we need the negative form in the same tense, the present simple, which is of course does not. But could we say does not go, or simply doesn't? This will lead us to the fourth point to respect when forming the question tag, saying that the negative form of the verb in the tag part is always contracted. Not does not but doesn't, not has not but hasn't, not will not but won't, and so on and so forth. Another example, James did not go to school. Did not go. This is the negative form in the simple past, of course, of the verb go. So we need the positive form, keeping the same tense, the simple past of the verb go, and it will be went he, isn't it? No, it is not the case, because in such an example we only keep the helping, the auxiliary verb, which is here did. So the opposite of did not is did. To the next point, the word order. In the statement sentence, in the main sentence, the subject comes first and the verb comes next. That's the general rule. But in the tag part, the verb comes first and the subject comes next, just as in the interrogative sentence. Let's have a look on some examples. A woman fainted. The subject, a woman, followed by the verb fainted. But in the tag part, the verb, and here only the auxiliary verb, comes first, and next the subject, which is the pronoun she, which replaces a woman. A woman fainted, which can be, of course, replaced by did faint and didn't she. So, in the main sentence, we have subject first, then the verb. In the tag part, the verb first and the subject next. And here we are at the end of the first part of the lesson about tag questions. The second part will be about some exceptions and notes about how to form question tags, and about some games to show your understanding. See you so soon, safe and healthy.